Ever found yourself knowing what you should do, but struggling to actually do it? You're not alone. I've been there, and I'm still figuring things out. I've been the late night worker, knowing I need more family time, but kept working in my office. I've been the ice cream aficionado, aiming for a healthy diet, but succumbing to that nightly dish. And the armchair athlete, I aspire to be more fit, but I let exhaustion win sometimes. Veering away from good intentions compounds negative consequences too, like guilt or weight gain or fatigue. Why is this so hard? Our brains are wired to form habits, which can be difficult to break, even when we know that they're not serving us well. But there's hope. There is a way to turn good intentions into good actions. Today, I distilled down a clear 3-step approach to making that change happen. Find the full transcript and more resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/32. You're listening to Inspired Mom MDs with host Cindy Van Prague, helping physician moms take back control and prioritize what matters most so they thrive in private practice and at home. Hi, and thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited about today's episode about how to hack bad habits. So my medical degree never taught me how to break bad habits. Bad habits are hard to shake, right? Even when you clearly see that they're hurting you. Why is it so hard to do what we know is right? So current examples of things that I know is right, but I can't seem to shake are eating more veggies each day. I get a small pang of guilt for knowing I should load more on my plate or not including a veggie in the night's dinner and just not following through on what I know is true. Or saying no to ice cream. This is going to come back a lot. I'm a whiz at justifications in the moment to satisfy my craving, and I adeptly shove out that healthy, don't eat that voice. How about a bigger item, communicating effectively in real time when I'm still formulating my thoughts in a conversation? Sometimes later, I ruminate on what I should have said in a conversation. I can feel an endless cycle of disappointments. I set high standards for myself to meet all these expectations in my head and then expect myself to follow through. And as I wrote this, I realized, oh my gosh, I should interject some more self-compassion here. But the problem is twofold. One, with a myriad of thoughts, what stuff is even worth pursuing? What thought is worth pursuing? What's really important? And two, I need a clear action plan to make that important stuff happen and blow away all those unnecessary peripheral thoughts. So physician moms can put good beliefs in actions. Sometimes behavior doesn't match a positive attitude because both of them are subject to other influences. Dozens of factors interrupt the pathway between your desired behavior and the actual behavior. A social psychologist named Harry Triandis simplified this pathway with his theory of interpersonal behavior. I will simplify his theory further just to make it easy to understand. Okay. Imagine 3 buckets that you're going to pour into a bathtub. And the bathtub is a soupy mix of behaviors that happen each day. They're all running around in there. Bucket 1 is a big one. It's heavy. It holds someone's intentions, what they want to do. And this bucket is filled with measuring cups of social factors like social roles or self-concept or attitudes or moral beliefs or just emotions. Okay, moving to bucket 2. Now this one is brimming with habits, all those past behaviors that now come automatically. And bucket 3, going into your big bathtub, contains the constraints of what's called facilitating conditions, or what's happening in the moment that's affecting the behavior. With all of these factors at play, it's no wonder it's so hard to do what one intends or what one believes. I like this theory by Triandis because it illuminates the many obstacles that can derail our best intentions. It helps clarify why behavior change can be so difficult. There is a way to successfully embrace your feelings and beliefs and break some bad habits and start doing healthier behavior. Okay, so here's the 1, 2, 3 for making positive attitudes your reality. Make your attitude more specific for greater success. For example, the attitude, I want to be fit, is not the same as, I am going to walk or run 3 times this week. So, how do you get specific with your attitude? Number 1, liking becomes wanting. I encourage you to delve deep into your motivations. Once you picked up what stuff was important, right? How deeply does the stuff or desired behavior resonate with your values and identity? This goes back to bucket number 1 and the social factors that influence behavior, like roles and self-concept. Think how liking the idea of being a fit mom affects you, your health, your relationships. It probably feels good, right? Okay, now you must want it. Take it to the next level. Connect wanting this good feeling with wanting to be a fit mom. That's an example. It helps you visualize the future here. You see the positive outcome of changing your behavior, and you imagine how much more energy and strength you'll feel by increasing exercise or being more fit. So that was number 1, making your positive attitude a reality. Number 2, now that you want this, a goal must be set, and one that's important enough to overcome all those other demands in your life. The challenge now is to choose what you will make a priority and how you're going to overcome those competing demands. So the highly effective SMART goal is a great place to start. A quick application of this acronym SMART, S-M-A-R-T, for a fitness goal example is this. S is specific. Okay, so to be fit, specifically, in 3 months, I will be walking 5 days a week for 30 minutes. How about the M? M is for measurable. I will be tracking this on my calendar where I can see the days of the week that I walked. A is for attainable. It is a bit of a challenge, but still achievable and not overwhelming to do in 3 months. R is for relevant. This goal fits my vision for being a healthy, strong mom. And T in SMART is time-bound. Okay, I will start this week on Friday, and I will reach my goal, which was walking 5 days a week for 30 minutes, 3 months from Friday. I have a time set. Now that you have steps 1 and 2, 1 was liking becomes wanting, and 2 is a goal must be set. 3 is a specific behavior must be chosen to get going. You might imagine the first step of this walking example is to walk, but maybe not. A first step is an action to get the ball rolling. It is something totally doable and not overwhelming, yet it still moves you towards your goal. For example, okay, if I want to start walking 5 days a week, I need to first rearrange my schedule a bit to carve out 30 minutes. And to do that, I need to adjust my schedule at work, which may have some hurdles. So my first step could be, for example, on Friday, I will talk to my scheduler, I'll move around my appointments, and I'll be home on time. Or let's say I need to arrange a grocery delivery or pickup instead of actually going into the store to shop, and that'll get me more time. So these initial steps do take energy and action, and they are allowed in the plan towards your ultimate walking goal. And get this, achieving this first step is exciting, and it starts to build momentum. Now, the next behavior that I choose next week may be walking, okay, just 10 or 20 minutes in that window of time I now have, and so forth. It's important to start small and gradually build on the plan. Also, it's wise to choose something, that first behavior, that you feel, hey, I can actually do that. When you choose an action you have control over, it will more likely happen. I mean, don't choose a behavior that relies on someone else to make it happen. For example, if you want to go to the pool at the gym 2 days a week, but you have to wait for your teenager to come home with the car, because if you're like me, now you're sharing cars with all these new drivers in the family. Or another example, you may want to walk the dog outside 3 days a week, but you need your husband to be home to watch the kids while you do that. So you're relying on somebody else here. You don't want that to be your step. A couple more tips in picking a first step towards your goal is one, accountability. That is a powerful motivator. Think about what technique resonates with you to stay on track. For me, it's writing something in my calendar. I'm accountable to myself there. If it's something really, really important, I'll tell somebody else. And that keeps me on track because I don't want to have to admit that I didn't do it. Another tip is to make yourself self-aware of your new goal. So that means keeping your choice top of mind, and it will be more potent. So when you think about your action step and your overall goal, when you just think about them, they'll become more influential. Imagine if you write them down on a sticky note or write them in your calendar or just somehow remind yourself of them. They become more potent. There's so many nuances to each human being, right? When I work with women, we go through all these steps and work through all these caveats, which are unique to that person. And the results are more control over daily habits that lead to feeling more energy and satisfaction in themselves. It's a gradual process. Just remember, progress over perfection is key. To summarize, recall those 3 buckets and what you're pouring into your bathtub. What's influencing your decision making towards bad habits or away from them? My goal today was to help physician moms learn a pathway to changing their bad habits or behavior to what they know in their hearts and their smart minds is right. Following that 3-step approach of wanting a specific outcome, setting a smart goal, and then choosing realistic steps to start is a tried and true roadmap. This is a great tool to clean up that mental bathtub and emerge with shiny new habits. Don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. And until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you for tuning in to Inspired Mom MDs. Please share with other physician moms and leave a review if you found value from this podcast.